In this video, I want to show you how we're going to deal with the bias strip. So this is the armhole bias binding, and you can see your flutter is here, your front of your garment, and your back of the garment. And so it is free of being secured right now. It's just sewn in, that's all. So what we want to do at this point is go ahead and pin it down to your garment, to your bodice. Pin it away from the flutters. And so it's pointing to the neckline, to the bodice. And then I like to iron it. All right. And so it kind of has a memory of going towards that bodice. And I'm going to turn it onto its to the right side and just kind of take a look at what we're seeing here. We see, of course, the flutter is in and the arm binding is right there, the armhole binding. At this point, we want to baste just the armhole binding down to the bodice. So just baste it, and you'll see on the outside, you cannot see any binding, but on the inside, it's just, it will be basted down. And then at that point, you can go ahead and finish with your French seam or with a standard seam. But let's go over to this other armhole just for a moment. As you can see, this is already done. It's finished, it's sewn in, the seam is in and everything. And I kind of just want to let you know or give you a reason why we like to put that binding towards the neckline. And you'll see when it's towards that neckline, let me show you. See there's the binding, and it's pointing towards the neckline, towards the bodice. You can see the flutter just really nicely flutters out. This happens in cottons and linens. But another way that you can do, if you're working with like a rayon or silk, so it's extremely lightweight, you can point this binding towards the flutter. And in doing so, it will kind of lay like that, and you'll be able to see your binding a little bit, even when it's being worn. And this is really beautiful, like I said, in lightweight fabrics. But for standard cotton or linen, I prefer to have it pointing to the neckline. So anyway, and you can just attach it, just kind of secure it there if you know that that's the way you want to go. Or if you want to make sure that it points outward, you can just secure it that way so that it's not changing directions when it's being worn. All right.